Bruce, can you listen to me on the YouTube? On YouTube? Hey Florian, what's up, man? ¿Qué lo que? Yo, Bruce, can you listen to me, bro? Can you see the stream? No, I'm saying like, can you listen to me on the YouTube? I think you can now. Hold on, bro. Can you listen to me? Yes or not? Ok, Florian, yo chequeo ahora. Espérate, loco. Yo te tiro por WhatsApp. Déjame meter mano con esto aquí que estoy bregando. That's my homie, bro. He used to have a studio. I used to work with him and shit. Hey, can you listen to me? Okay, Florian, bro, yeah, you can listen to me now, bro. That shit working. So this is what I did, Bruce. Huh? But I can't answer back though. You see? I can't. No, this is what I did, bro. This is what I did, Bruce. You remember when we had the loop? We had the loop, right? That was the bass, the kick. I put a little, I kind of mix the whole thing already. Can you watch? Are you watching? I kind of mix the whole thing already. Hey, I take donations. For example, I mix. If you see how it sound before, it would sound like, for example, like this. You see? But I put some more body on the kick. You see? More body on the kick. I put some effects on a little reverb. I put a little reverb on it, on the snare. So far it sounds like that, right? Then I have the loops that I use, the percussion loops and stuff. Like I told you before, I put some effects on. I play around with the stereo image of it. I got rid of all the bass on the loops and stuff, and then I mix it with this. Oh, that's the little voice. Woo! That thing. I only took some of the bass of it, and that's it. It sounds really good. Gracias, loco, gracias, loco. Lo estoy enseñando un pana, como tú sabes, cómo meter mano con el FL Studio. Y estoy aprendiendo a eso del streaming. A hacer eso del streaming. Para hacer tutoriales, van tú sabes, aprender cómo grabar lo de la pantalla y eso, loco. Pero estamos en eso, estoy tratando de aprender, tú sabes. Es que josea como uno pueda, pues yeah. This is how I did it, bro. I fix all those things like the mixing stuff. I just take care of the mixing because, like, how can I tell you? If you have the groove, then the rest of it is just mixing. Because if one sound good with the other one, that's all you need. That's what mixing is all about. You know what I'm saying, Bruce? You feel me? So there you go. Then it took me a little more work because I have two basses. I have a sub bass and I have an amp bass, like a guitar bass. For example, I got this one. But of this bass, I took almost all the bass. I cut everything that is sub bass from 60 hertz down. Is gone. Look, if I put it on, you see, I mix it. I bring some more of the mid low, like low frequencies, because you have the sub, you have the low, mid high, and then high frequencies. So this kind of electric bass, it sounds between the low and low mid, and that's what the body of that thing is. So I just turn it up a little bit, turn it up a notch. Then what I did, I compress it to keep it like a nice volume. Because depending of the notes you're playing, the volume of the bass might go up and stuff like that. And then I mix it with this sub bass. It's just a sub bass. Can you hear it on the headphones? I hope you can hear it. It's just sub bass. And I roll up all the highs and I roll up all the way down to 20, because there's a lot of sub frequencies that our ears can hear, but it makes your mix muddy. It's weird. It's just freaking weird. That's how it sounds. I don't know. That's how I like to do it. So I remove everything from 20 hertz down and everything from 90 hertz up. So it's just a sub bass. When you mix it with the other bass, it's gonna sound like this. I have the tone and the color of the electrical bass, but I have the body of the rumble of the sub bass. You feel me? So when you put it all together with the drums, the loops and stuff, it sounds like this. Oh yeah, I sidechain it. I forgot. I sidechain pretty much almost every sound. How I do sidechain, for example, I did it the wrong way because I should have one channel where all my sounds go and just like sidechain from there. But I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Right. My mind was in the right spot. So what I did was, this is how I like my sidechain. I did my sidechain. I did it by every channel by accident. It shouldn't be done like that. It should be one channel. Sorry, and that's it. But this is how I did it. It's pretty much the same thing, but I just did it on every channel. I pull up Fruity Balance. That's a plugin that is on for free on the FL Studio. You know what I'm saying? It's free in the FL Studio. It comes with the FL Studio. It lets you play around with the stereo, side to side, and the volume and stuff. Right? What I did, I put this in the sound I wanted, right? And then on my kick, I open a Fruity Peak controller like you see over here, right? Sorry. Like you see over here. God damn. So, hold on. Oh, man. Come on, man. Hold on. Okay. Let me open this again. Extra large. Okay. You see how I have three of these big controllers? I open one of them, right? And then I go back to the Fruity Balance, right click on the volume, link to controller, input gotta be inverted, and then I set it up here to the peak controller I wanted to use. You know what I'm saying? And then every time my kick sound, the peak controller is gonna duck in the bass. You see it? Can you see it on the screen? It's doing it with that bass, and it's doing it with this one. It's doing it by itself. I don't have to mess with it. And then if I want to adjust it, I just have to come here and play with these settings right here. And the best part of it is that it's not like it's the same kind of stuff that the Kickstart do, but Kickstart does it automatically all the time. And there is some times that I don't want it to happen. Like for example, I have the sub bass right here. I have the sub bass sounds, right? And I don't want it to duck in. So it's not gonna do it unless the kick is kicking. So my low bass, my bass doesn't fight with my kick. That's the reason why I do it like that. You see, I have my bass sounding perfectly right there. My bass melody. And now when the kick comes in, it's gonna duck in. 1, 2, we go. You see? The reason why we do this, first of all, is to make your mix sound clean. If you don't have all these basses fighting for space at the same time, your mix is gonna sound good. Then on top of that, it also gives you a little bit of rhythm and groove. You feel me? Because for example, I did it with the hi-hats over here. the hi-hat loop. But I did it with the Kickstarter because I don't care. It only gonna sound every time the kick is there, so there's no point of making a side chain for it. I just use a plugin for it. You see, it ducks in. If I turn it off, but it sounds better like this. There you go. So yeah, that's the work I did on the bass. Then I got my regular piano. I just cut some of the bass of it. I think I give it a little bit of saturation. Yeah, I give it a little bit of saturation to bring that color up. I boost up the high frequencies, like you see here. I boosted up over here too, but I cut everything from 7 hertz up because I didn't want to make it so bright. And then I cut, like I always do, some of the bass again, some of the bass, so it doesn't fight with my main bass and my kick. What I do, I roll off all the way until I feel like the body of the piano is going away, and then from there I just go back until it sounds good, sounds full, but it doesn't sound like, like boomy or anything like that. I just don't want it to fight with my bass. Not from I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna put it like this: from a hundred hertz down, it's gonna be sub bass and bass. I don't want pretty much nothing going from that point down. All I need from that point down is gonna be kick, bass, and my sub bass. So from 100 up, I try to put all my melodies depending of what I'm doing. I share the space with other melodies and stuff like that. All right. So you see, how it sounds now? It sounds a little more dark, dull, and that's better. Then also I just use some compression. That's a Waves CLA2A. It's an emulation of a original plugin, like a hardware plugin. But it sounds really good, and it doesn't have a lot of complicated stuff. You just crank up the reduction and the gain, as you adjust the gain as you want it. Or and if you wanted to depending of the frequency you want to compress, if you go all the way over here, it's only gonna compress the low frequencies, but when you turn it up all the way, it's gonna compress the whole spectrum. It gives you like a little like freedom of what specifically you're trying to compress. But it's not as complicated. It's not like a multiband compressor or anything like that. So then, yeah, I got my piano right there. Let's see how it sounds now and before. See, it sounds kind of dull, like a little dead, you can say. But like this, it's like more in your face. So let's see how it goes with everything else. Cool. So now here I have 3 different sounds making the same melody. I have 2 different sounds making the same melody, right? So this is the thing right here. This is what I did. I have an harp. I have electric peak bass, and then I have a clean guitar. What I'm trying to emphasize, if you see all of these instruments have strings on them, I'm trying to make a point on this sound. I'm trying to make it sound like how can I tell you, like a guitar, you can say, but it's not a guitar per se. It's just that sound of the string that of the string bouncing. I don't know how to explain it right, but it's like a sound in a specific. It's like a sound in a specific. So let me show you what I did with this. I removed pretty much all the bass on it. Like, let's see how it sounds now. You see? It sounds organized. It doesn't sound like focused. So my harp, since it's the brightest sound, I let the higher sound, the brighter sound come from the harp. Then the electrical pick bass. If you see, I'm not using it as a bass. I just want the sound of the strings, and since it's the lowest sound, I just let it be like the lower frequency of the sound to give it the body. And then my last one, the guitar, I have it in between both, because that's how the life of the guitar is, in the middle of the spectrum, in the mid size of the spectrum. So I just leave that right there to how can I say this? Like to use it as a bridge between the high frequency and the low frequency of the sound. And all those three together make one sound. I just layer it together, you see? And then I have all these three coming to this channel right here. And then on this channel, I compress it and sidechain it. It's compressed now, you see? And then I sidechain it like with the kick. Every time my kick comes in, it's gonna duck, like the bass is doing. So let's see. Let's see. But if I turn the kick off, it goes back to normal. Let's see. You see, it gives this groove, this rhythm, this life. You know what I mean? Perfect. So let's see how it sounds with everything. Now that I'm listening, I would like to make this ducking as well. Let's copy this right here, put it right here to see how it Let's see. Sounds good. Let's see how it sounds with the whole thing. Nah, it actually kills the mood of what I was doing. Then here, this melody, let's do this one. This melody is a guitar. It's a sound from the Flex. It's called Electric 60 Guitar. I turn off the effects that come inside of the plugin. I like doing that because it gives me more control. So later on, I can add my own reverb and my own delay. This is the sound. So what I did, I put I equalize it, cut a lot of the bass, a lot of the highs, cause it's like a sound that goes in the middle. It's not like a bright sound or anything. It's just a mid sound. I turn up some of the 1000 1500 hertz to get a little bit more how can I tell you? That's like the higher frequency of the sound. Make it a little brighter. You see? There's sometimes when you mixing, cause that's the reason why you don't mix sound by itself, because nobody's gonna listen to the music sound by itself. The listener always gonna listen to the whole song. You don't mix sound by sound, because for example, that sound might sound weird on its own, but when I play it with the whole thing, it sounds great. Like it sounds great because you're mixing the sound to sound good by itself. You're mixing the sound to sound good with the whole thing. Feel me? So let's see what the next melody. The next melody was another guitar from the Sample Tank 3. Man, this is an old plugin, man. I've been having this plugin for a minute. I don't use it that often, but I like to use the guitars from here a lot, and vocals sounds, like ho- uh, chorus and stuff like that. I like to use them from there. So yeah, and I have this guitar right here. It's a single coil one neck Vin clean guitar. It sounds like this. But if I turn off the effects, it sounds like that. You see how it sounds really boomy, really bassy? I don't want all that bass on the guitar, all that body is gonna fight for space on my beat, on my spectrum. It's gonna fight for space. So what I do, I equalize all of that. See right here? You see? I cut all this bass from here. It sounds really good. It sounds like nice and warm and all that crap, blah 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 blah. But it's gonna fight for space with my whole beat. So I cut all of that. It might sound like weak or thin. It's gonna sound thin by itself. But when I play with the whole thing, it's gonna sound great. Look at this right here. I have another compressor. It's a CLA 76 compressor right here. It's just a little bit of compression. See? I think I was messing around with some saturation. But sorry, I think I was messing around with some saturation, but I didn't like it, so I turned it off. Yeah, I didn't like the sound like that, so I just let it more natural. And this is all I got right here. Let's see. Oh, so also I have this sound right here. This sound come from Morphine from FL Studio. It comes with FL Studio. It's a little like Crystal Keys. I think it's called Crystal Keys. Yeah. You see? I love that sound. It's kind of cute. It's like a cute sound. It's kind of gay. Sounds weird. I don't know. It's okay. It sounds good. So also I have these two channels right here these two. Oh, by the way, yeah, I cut just in case you're asking. Yeah, I cut all the bass on that sound too. I don't need nothing fighting for space down there between my bass, my sub bass, and my kick. So I have these two channels right here. I use it to sidechain. How can I tell you? It's not actually sidechain. A lot of people call it sidechain, but you ain't compressing anything, or you ain't like, sidechain is like stuff that's gonna sound parallel. It's gonna be parallel to your sound. So if you see, I have this right here, also my guitar, and this one right here too, coming out to this channel. If you see, I'm gonna turn it off, right? It sounds dry. But when I turn this one on, it's the reverb. It gives me more freedom because I can adjust right here how much reverb I want on that sound. You see? That's less, and that's a lot. And the best part is that I don't have to touch this right here. I can come here again to my other sound and add as much as I want or as less as I want on this sound right here too. So yeah, and then it's the same thing with delay. I did the same thing with the delay. It's like an overall channel for dedicated channel for reverb and delay. Then at the last minute, I added this melody right here because I felt like something was missing, so I added this melody right here. Like I said earlier, I turn off everything right here. I don't like using these effects. And then I added this other sound right here too. Turn off the effects. I mix them together like this, lay them together. And then here, like you already know, cut out of the bass, cut out of the high frequencies. Because also in the high frequencies, I wanted, for example, if I have vocals, I don't want I wanted that high space for vocals and hi hats and stuff like that, like percussion. Since I don't have vocals right now, it's only for my percussions. I don't want nothing fighting with these sounds right here. With these sounds right here. Oh, my bad. These sounds right here. If I show you, let me see if I can show you. You see? All these sounds are like the main strum of these sounds are right here. So when I play these sounds right here, I don't want it fighting with my other stuff right there. You see, it's gonna be over here. And actually, I can still take some more of this bass from this one. See, this right here is what I mean. Now if I turn off these sounds right here, it's only right here. Now let me show you what I mean with the bass. If I play my kick, my kick is right here. From this point down, I don't want nothing fighting with my kick because that's gonna mess up my mix. It's gonna make my sound muddy, right? So yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Let's see how is everything sounding so far. Let's hear from the beginning. Actually, this sound still kind of sound a little raw. Let's give a little more compression. let's try to give it like the kickstart. What is the kickstart right here? Let's put that one right there. Let's see how it sounds with the mix. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. Yes, sir. Like that better. Oh, yeah. On the effects right here, I just use this sound right here, right? This sounds right here. It's just a reverse sweep. What I did, I used the kickstart to make it bounce like that. If you see, it sounds like that. But it sounds kind of like this. It goes more with the rhythm. And on top of that, I added it to the channel with the reverb, like I said earlier. If you see right here, and I turn it up a little bit, and this is how I make this. Then this one right here, just a regular sound. It's not even on my mixer. It's just a regular sound, a reverse, a kick with a reverb or a snare. Then I have another one right here. I added some more reverb on it to make the tail a little longer. And yeah, this is how we got it. Then this one right here is the same one. It's kind of the same type of sound. But and then here, I didn't put the kickstart on it. And I just let it release on its own. And let's see how it sounds. Oh, you remember the toms earlier that we were working on? Now the toms are ready to work right now. Something sounds kind of too loud. I think this sounds kind of too loud. Yeah, let's turn this down a little bit. Actually, let me show you this little trick. If you see the transient of this sound right here, it's too loud. If I turn it up so I can listen to this part right here, the transient is gonna hit too hard. You see? So if I turn it down so I don't listen to this so much, I can barely hear this. So this is when compression comes in place. Let's work on it. You see? I turn it up. It's too loud. If I turn it down, it's too low. So this is when compression comes in place. Let's work on this sound. Let me show you. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find a graphic one so I can show you. Let's use the limiter, the free limiter, and the compressor mode. Let's see. Come here. Let's work on it. You see how this peak right here is super high? I hope it's not killing your ears right now, but this peak right here is super high. What I'm trying to do, I'm gonna cut this peak all the way over here. This is my knee, how hard I want the compression to be, all the way like that. And then the ratio is like how much compression am I adding for every 1 dB? I'm adding like 4 dBs of compression. Let's do 6 right there. And let's see how it sounds. You see? Let's turn it down a little bit more. You see now? It's more even. It's more of an even sound. If I take the limiter off, let's see. If I take it off, if I take the limiter off like this, You see how that click sounds like it's gonna break your brain, but when I turn it on again, it's more of an even sound. So now it's gonna sound better with the whole thing. See? Wow, it sounds so good. Let's see before. It sounds so loud. Now with the compressor on, more in control. That's what you're looking for. That's what mixing is about. Control of everything you're doing. Now I can just turn it down a little bit more. Perfect. That sounds perfect. Let's see how it sounds everything now. That's what we got so far. You see, then you just gotta copy and repeat. A matter of fact, I would like to mess around with this a little bit. You can change the style of the beat too. You can change the style. Let's say if you have this drum, right? You can also make something like this. Let's say something like this. Let's put this snare right here. I didn't use it on the beat, but I can use it right now. I'm gonna play this the same way. Let's turn the bass down because it's still gonna match with our rhythm, but let's see how it sounds now. Let's put this pattern right here. Let's see how it sounds. Down the pitch of it. Can I mix it with one of these loops right here? No, it doesn't sound good. Let's see with this one. No, it doesn't sound good with those because the rhythm is different. But if you see, I can even play around with this. That's how you do it. But since that's not what we're doing right now, I'm just gonna play everything back like it's supposed to. Then we just turn down these melodies right here and this right here. Let's see. this gotta go. Let's see it like this. To repeat this right here, we're gonna repeat the whole thing. Fuck it. Then like that. What, this sound still kind of rough me a little hard. I wanted to sound more stereo, so let's do something. Let's play with the stereo image of this sound. Something like that. And there we have it. All right, that's it. We done, at least for now. I hope you like it. I hope you guys like it. Please subscribe, share, comment. All the bullshit you guys do on YouTube, do it right here on this video. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.